"Don't cry. You can borrow my time," said the woman to the single dad sitting alone in the park. The snow had only just begun to fall when the world felt like it was collapsing around him. The Christmas lights hanging across the park flickered softly, but they only made the loneliness in his eyes look sharper, deeper, almost unbearable. A single dad sat on the icy bench, his face buried in his hands, trying to hold himself together as the sounds of families laughing and children running through the holiday decorations cut straight through his breaking heart. He didn't notice the cold numbing his fingers. He didn't notice the snow piling on his shoulders. All he felt was the weight of a life that had fallen apart faster than he could fix. And then, just when he thought he couldn't breathe anymore, a warm, steady voice broke the silence, changing everything. "Don't cry. You can borrow my time." Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, compassion, and second chances, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Soul Tale. It helps the stories reach more hearts. He lifted his head slowly, his eyes swollen with sleepless nights, to see a woman standing in front of him. She looked like she had stepped out of the snowfall itself, wrapped in a soft brown coat, her dark hair falling over her shoulders and a gentle concern softening her face. For a second, he didn't understand what she meant. Borrow time from someone he had never met. But then the woman sat beside him without hesitation, brushing snow off the bench before placing a cup of hot cocoa in his shivering hands. Her presence didn't demand anything. It didn't pressure him. It simply existed, like warmth in the middle of winter. And that was enough to break the dam he had been holding back. He told her about everything: the death of his wife last Christmas, the struggle of raising a 6-year-old daughter alone, the guilt of not being able to give her a proper Christmas, the job he had lost a few days ago, and the crushing fear of failing the only person left in his life. Every word trembled, but the woman didn't flinch. She listened as if his pain mattered, as if his story deserved space in this world. The park around them glowed with soft red and green lights, children building snowmen, couples taking pictures beside the giant Christmas tree. But for him, the moment froze in time. The woman's eyes glistened with empathy, not pity. She told him that sometimes life takes everything from a person just to teach them how strong they truly are. She spoke about how grief has no schedule, how healing doesn't obey calendars, not even Christmas ones, and how even broken families deserve miracles. He didn't know why her words mattered so much. Maybe because this was the first time in months someone saw him as more than a struggling father. She reminded him that even the heaviest nights eventually end, that love isn't measured in gifts, and that his daughter already had the best thing, him. The thought made his chest ache in a different way, softer, almost freeing. She encouraged him to stand up to take a small walk through the Christmas fair with her. Though hesitant, he followed. As they walked, the snowflakes glimmered in the lights, and for the first time in a long while he felt the air in his lungs instead of the weight crushing them. The woman bought a small gingerbread cookie, broke it in half, and shared it with him. She bought a little red scarf from a stall and handed it to him, insisting he stay warm. Then she walked with him to the small carousel where his daughter was waiting with a neighbor, bundled up in a puffy pink jacket, trying her best to smile despite missing her father all week. When the little girl saw him, she ran toward him with outstretched arms, the carousel lights whirling behind her like a halo of innocence. He picked her up, holding her tightly, burying his face in her hair as tears mixed with the falling snow. He whispered apologies he had carried in his heart for months, and she hugged him with a simple, forgiving love that only children understand. The woman watched quietly from a few steps away, smiling with a softness that warmed the cold night. She didn't step forward. She didn't interfere. She simply let the father and daughter exist in their moment, mended in ways he hadn't expected. When he finally looked back at her to thank her, something strange and beautiful happened. She wasn't standing where he thought she'd be. He moved through the crowd, searching for the brown coat, the gentle smile, the woman who offered time as if it was a gift. But she was gone, vanished between the snowfall and the music of Christmas. He asked a few people if they had seen her, but no one had. It was as if she had appeared only for him, only for that moment of breaking, only to remind him that miracles come quietly, carrying warmth in the coldest hours. He held his daughter and walked through the Christmas fair again, but this time with a heart lighter than when he entered. The snow felt softer on his skin, the lights brighter, and the world less cruel. He didn't understand who she was, an angel, a stranger, a passing soul with a heart bigger than winter, but he understood her message. Borrow time, borrow hope, borrow strength until your own returns. Life didn't fix itself that night, but something inside him did. He went home feeling like he could breathe again, finally understanding that he hadn't failed his daughter. He had only forgotten that even broken people deserve love, help, and second chances. As Christmas morning arrived, he wrapped his daughter in the red scarf the woman had given him and whispered a promise to himself. No matter how heavy life became, he would remember that kindness could change everything, that even a single moment could pull someone back from the edge. And somewhere, he hoped the mysterious woman knew how deeply she had changed his life. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Soul Tale. Your support helps us continue creating stories that speak to the soul. Before you go, please leave a comment telling us what part of the story moved you the most. Thank you for watching, and Merry Christmas.